happening. And that I'll do. And I have started today, and I'll be doing that along the way because I am answerable to some people. I cannot just sit here in Karen. Meetings are going on at night. You know, people are being intimidated. People are being coerced, you know, to disrupt, you know, my term, to stop me from doing my work. And I just sit here. I cannot. I'll go to the people and say, good people, you gave me the job. Are you happy with what I've done so far? Yes or no? Okay. If you have a problem you want me to correct, but my people, this is what is being planned. And it is so and so who is planning it. So when you see it happen, please know this is what is going on.
Deputy President, I take note that you keep going back to that conversation about the meetings and the plans that are being made. Do you think the President knows about those meetings?
Well, I don't know whether he knows, but many people in those meetings quote him, but he's not there. So I have no confirmation.
How do you know they quote him?
No, it is reported to me. They say they invoke his name, that he is the one who has authorized those meetings. But since he's not in those meetings, I cannot accuse him. But the truth of the matter is, the way we work as UDA, as Kenya Kwanza, any motion of impeachment in the National Assembly to remove the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya will never find its way to the House unless the President approves. That's the way we work. Any contentious issue that comes to the National Assembly, the finance bill, this and that, the President will call a PG and say, this is our agenda, can you go and prosecute it? So, even as people are planning, if that motion will ever find itself to the House, it will have to get the approval of President William Ruto. So it will be his motion, because he'll have to approve it. So since we have not reached there, I don't want us to say anything about it. Okay. But that is the truth, because we have a way we work. That is a very heavy matter. It is not a matter that can be taken to the floor of the House unless the President has given a nod. And on that specific matter of alleged impeachment, have you spoken to the President about it? I spoke to him once, and he said he has not heard about it, and he doesn't know about it, and according to him, he said it's foolish, and nobody can try something like that because it can destabilize the country. That's what he told me in his own words. And thereafter, there was a meeting. He called members of parliament, and the matter stepped down. The matter has come up again. I have not asked him again. When I get an opportunity, when he comes back, I'll raise the matter again with him. I'll say, Mr. President, a meeting was held here, this was said. A meeting was held here, this was said. What do you have to say about it? Mr. President, do you want us to destabilize this country? Are you part of it? What they are saying, the President will pronounce himself on the matter. But I want to say that there is no motion of impeachment against the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya that can find itself on the floor of the House unless the President of the Republic of Kenya gives a nod. Okay. And again, even if it was to go there, nobody else has the capacity to push it through. It's only the President himself. There is nobody else who can. Getting 233 members of parliament, it's only him who can push it through. But that's another discussion for another day. Don't you think that's a problem? Because the Constitution of Kenya has separation of powers between the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. Are you admitting that parliament is controlled by the President? What I'm saying in Matter Kenya Kwanza, UDA, serious contentious decisions are agreed in a PG convened by the President. You saw the finance bill, he's the one who was driving it. So that tells you the way our PG works. Anything contentious, anything with serious national implications will have to get the nod of the President. And I understand the political party democracy, but are you comfortable that a House business must get a nod from the President, including a clause on oversighting the Deputy President, in this case, invoking Article 150 of the Constitution? That is the reality of our Kenyan politics. Do you see a problem there? That is the reality, that all major decisions, all legislative agenda for our administration that needs to go to the National Assembly, the President normally does a lot of lobbying, sits with the members of parliament, takes them through, gives the points for or against, and asks them to support. That has been the practice. And it did not start with the President William Ruto. It's as old as history. Because every government has a legislative agenda. So the President will call his PG and whip his members into a certain direction. You know, you sat in Parliament the previous, last term. Would you have been okay for President Uhuru Kenyatta to control how you are going to make decisions in the House? Well, In matters government agenda, it is right because the party that is in power has a responsibility to ensure that the president and his administration succeeds. And they have a responsibility to support his legislative agenda. So it is important that once in a while, when there is important matters of government before the House, the president will convene a meeting and persuade his members why they need to support that legislative agenda, and he will whip them into action. There's nothing wrong with the president whipping his people in a certain direction.
So when is the last time you got instructions from the president
On?
executing your mandate in terms of assisting him?
No. I have clear duties given by the president in Executive Order number 1 of 2023.
Yep.
The president doesn't give me day-to-day instructions. I have many functions that I do, very many, by the way, and one of them is any other duties assigned by the president. That is the one now is on day-to-day.
So when is the last time you got such kind of an assignment?
I think I was in Nyeri, agricultural show last Friday to represent him. I was in Mombasa the other week to represent him in the agricultural show. Those are functions assigned to me by the president on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, all right. And that weekend, particularly on Sunday, you were expected at an AIPCA church event that the president was attending. Instead, we saw you at the Our Lady of Sorrows in Kirinyaga. Why didn't you show up for the other event?
No, I think people talk from ignorance. There were two functions.
Yes.
That the president was expected to attend, one in Kirinyaga and one in Nyeri. Two functions. They were in his diary, and aligned my diary with the president's diary. And therefore, I was in Kirinyaga to receive him. When I was in Kirinyaga, I was informed that he had changed and he would attend a function in Nairobi. So I purposed to attend the one in Kirinyaga and join him in Nyeri later. But the function I attended was the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church Mass takes 2 hours and can never be interrupted. So I sat through the Mass. By the time the Mass was over, the president was already in Nyeri. Okay? So I could not leave the Mass halfway and go to Nyeri. So I decided now that the president is already in Nyeri. Even if I left Kirinyaga and tried to fly to Nyeri, I'll find he's leaving. So it will not make sense. So I decided to stay in Kirinyaga and represent him. By the way, he was the chief guest in Kirinyaga, and there was even a plaque. So I sat through, and even the presidential dais was there. I sat there through, you know. But I think some people, some mischievous people in Nyeri who works around the president, put an empty chair, knowing very well I'm in another function, and took photographs just for mischief. You know what happens in the presidency. There's a lot of mischief around.
You say mischief, but that seat was next to the president.
Yeah, it was there. But everybody, my protocol people said I'm in Kirinyaga. So it was unnecessary to put a chair there that is empty when I'm not there. I was in Kirinyaga, and everybody knows I'm in Kirinyaga. So they should have removed the chair or get somebody else who
had you confirmed that you'd be in the Nyeri event?
Yeah.
Had you confirmed that you...
Yes, I had confirmed I'm in Nyeri.
So it is in order for them to put a chair there?
No, but we give information that we cannot make it. The minute the president arrived, before I left Kirinyaga, it was logistically not possible for me to go to Nyeri.
We have information that part of the reason why I didn't go to Nyeri is because you got intel that there are people who had been organized to heckle you. No, your
intel is wrong. Nyeri is my home. Even if there was anything in Nyeri, how can I not go to my home? Nobody, for the avoidance of doubt, can heckle me in Nyeri, in the Mount Kenya region. Nobody. I attend all functions.
Yep.
I attend all functions, and I don't need to organize anything.
Okay.
So that intel you have is wrong, is mischief. I was in a function in Kirinyaga, and everybody saw me, your people are there throughout the Mass. So I don't know why people want to decide for me.
So who represented the message of the president at the Kirinyaga Mass?
In terms of?
The president's message.
In terms of what?
His contribution.
There was no Harambe. We did not go for Harambe.
What did the governor of Kirinyaga say?
She said the president has given us some money, which is okay. There's no problem.
Don't you think you should be the person to deliver such a
Well,
message?
that's the decision of the president. I cannot decide for the president what he wants to do with his money. That is his money. I have no right to ask the president to give me his money to take where he wants to take it. If the president was to send Anwar Igboho to a meeting where I am with his money and not send me, that is his decision, and we must respect it.
Does
And I
that
cannot
show a
complain
good
about it.
working relationship between the president and the
I
deputy?
don't know. I don't read much out of it.
You don't
Because I was not going for Harambe. I had not talked to the president, so he did not send me. I just went for mass.